Good evening. We spoke about we need these kind of situations happen. We have to leave that situations. Because the last month didn't happen, and we have to leave. Be in trouble because 1-0 down, and you have to leave it to win not win the titles. Arrive the last 7 games, 10 games to fight to win the Premier League. You have to leave these kind of games. And we spoke. I'm not talking about win the game, draw the game, or lose the game. I'm talking about don't give up, be positive all the time, be focused in what we have to do, and the some corrections we did in the first half, because it was minimum corrections, because we played quite good in the first half. We create more chances the first half than the second half. But that is the Premier League games. When I spoke many times, we are going to finish unbeaten. It's impossible, because every 3 days a game, and you play a lot of games like this. It's impossible no lose one game, but fight to avoid that in the mentally and the way we want to play. It's fantastic. So we deserve the win because we create more chances. We dominate, we control. Of course, long balls. They portray is amazing header, but we make a good build up, and we find. Because it's not easy to attack 10 players in the box where the striker is marking Fernandinho man-to-man. So the gaps is almost impossible, but we found it most of the time, and that's why I'm so pleased. Because we play a real Premier League game today, and the winter has come, and always it's tough, but we did it, and we can continue our streak, and just winning or losing is be stable, because recovery 3 days later you have another one.
Because of the way you had to come back from behind, does it give you more satisfaction?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, more than winning 4-0. The same words I said in the locker room after the game. So we need to win these kind of games in that way, because that maybe we convince more that we are able to do that whatever. And that is so important, because when you win, sometimes they give you, the people is happy, very nice words, but that is not reality in the high level, sport high level. In the high level, when you are 1 week rest and you have time to prepare in the good moments, okay, you can score goals, but normally that can happen a lot of times. I cannot remember one team. United and Sir Alex Ferguson or Arsene Wenger, where Arsenal win all the leagues all the time 4 or 5. It's impossible, 3 or 2. You have to suffer, you have to live that. And the last period, last month, we didn't feel that, and that's why it's so important to live that situation, and of course be able to win the game. Because again, we make an outstanding performance in all sense.
Did Huddersfield Town make it as difficult as you would expect them to?
No, because we were lucky. Unlucky last season to come here. So I experienced that. And only we spoke about that, Huddersfield is able to play like 5-10 minutes. I saw against, for example, Bournemouth, the first 10 minutes, they were able to go 3-0 for Huddersfield. They had the chances. Last season, both games, in fact, they play so aggressive, they jam, high pressing, and it was a problem. But I saw the game against Liverpool, for example, they play like today played. So we spoke about that. There are 2 games, different games. You have to handle it. Depends how they decide to play in that way. Okay, you have to attack 10 players there to avoid in the counter-attack, especially in our left side with Ings, because the other winger, Abar, go so deep with Kyle. That's why for the counter-attack for them, for him it was so complicated. And set pieces, long balls, second balls, this kind of game, you have to handle that, and we did it quite well.
Pep, Raheem scored 12 goals now, it's the best ever season.
Yeah.
What do you put the improvement down to?
A lot, because he's young, still can improve, but he made a big gap. His winning game, now he's a winning player. Before, okay, make good actions, but now he's able to make a winning games. We are in November, he's already break the record, so that is top. But not just in terms of goals and how many. Now he's strong, keep the ball safe. Before he lose a lot of balls, now he's more keep this situation much better. He's 1 against 1, provoke fouls, because I think the penalty is more than clear, so that's why it's I'm impressed, but still he's 22 years old, I think so. Still he can a lot of things improve. If he's able to he want to learn, we'll be there to help him.
Any more English guys? És la primera victòria del City a domicili a la Premier, perdent al descans en els últims 22 anys.
Hòstia.
No sé si a nivell de mentalitat...
Explain that for English players. What this detail I didn't know.
Sí, a mentalitat doncs et diu una mica doncs, que si heu arribat a un punt que estàs...
Yeah. More. But I didn't know that this situation. But of course that means how difficult it is. In football, when you score first, it's easier. But again, I think the message for today is we have to leave that kind of situations. You want to arrive at the end of the season fighting for the title. That is the point. So when we react well, but at the end, of course, you see my face. I'm so happy. But even not winning or draw the situation, we will be sad. We will be not happy like now. But the behavior would have been the same, and that's why we react quite well, and that is the point. So the show was because in the future that is going to happen again, and in that moment we have to know we are able to do that. We are able to turn the situation, and that's why today I'm so happy for that.